Pop quiz, hotshot. There's a bomb on the bus. Once the bus goes 50 miles an hour, the bomb is armed. If it drops below 50, it blows up. What do you do? What do you do? Welcome to Should You Watch This with the Popcorn Priest, a weekly podcast where movie enthusiasts, current and ex-movie theater projectionists, new and old friends, and a couple of guys who have the need for speed and a little bit of Sandra in our lives take the time to talk about a movie that we just watched and answer that very question. Should or shouldn't you watch this? Get ready for Rush Hour.
Pop quiz, hotshot. There's a bomb on a bus. If it drops below 50, it blows up. What do you do?
The game began with the ultimate test.
Where's Jack? Where do you think?
Now,
Stay on or get off.
Get off.
This is much better.
he's the only solution.
Pop quiz. You have a hair trigger aimed at your head. What do you do?
Keanu Reeves.
What do you do?
Speed, rated R. Starts Friday, June 10th. at theaters.
I want to extend a diehard on a bus welcome to my Fall Guys champion, JJ.
Yo, thanks for having me, Popcorn.
Keep your hands and feet inside the vehicle at all times. Speed from 1994 is next. The details for this one. A young Los Angeles Police Department, LAPD, if you want the acronym, Special Weapons and Tactics. Whoa, is that what SWAT means?
Yeah.
Whoa, that just blew my mind. I never knew what SWAT meant. Special Weapons and Tactics. Officer must prevent a bomb exploding aboard a city bus by keeping its speed above 50 miles per hour. I kind of feel like that's a pretty good description, in my opinion, but there's a lot more to this movie than you might remember if you haven't seen it for a while.
For sure.
Top billed stars. Oh, excuse me. Before that, directed by Jean de Bont. Jean de Bont. Director of Speed, which is what we're reviewing. Twister.
Okay.
You love Twister. You and Johnny love Twister. Johnny has been on our Boys in the Boat pod. If you want to go check that out, it's a great time. I've never seen Twister or its sequel.
Whoa. You need to watch Twister.
I kind of don't care, but I will if you want me to.
Bill Paxton.
I like Bill.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jean de Bont also directed Speed 2: Cruise Control.
Ooh.
And his swan song was Lara Croft: Tomb Raider: The Cradle of Life.
This guy just hit some big ones and then called it quits.
It was like 6 movies. It was a little stretch, and then he's out. He's just doing like producers, executive producing, stuff like that. But he was also the cinematographer for Die Hard. That's what got him the job.
And this is Die Hard on a bus.
Exactly. And I've said this multiple times on the show. Just keep giving me this formula. I don't care. I don't care if it's a ripoff. Give me Die Hard on things. We did a review of Con Air.
Die Hard on a plane.
Exactly. We did Die Hard in a prison. That's The Rock. It's perfect. So Hollywood, if you're listening, please just continue to do this. I beg of you. Top billed stars are Keanu Reeves, Dennis Hopper, Sandy Bullock, and also featuring Jeff Daniels.
Stacked.
Yeah. Runtime of a crisp 1 hour and 56 minutes, which is a perfect runtime if you ask me.
Perfect.
Rated-
I couldn't think of anything like you would cut to make this shorter.
My wife would have us cut the very first credits when you're going down the elevator shaft for like 17 minutes.
45 floors or whatever.
By the way, before we get into the rest of the details, this podcast is sponsored by Pitch Black that doesn't exist. Thanks, Mountain Dew. You're updating your logo, but you can't give me any Pitch Black in stores. I got to drive. Listen to this. My buddy JJ, we're recording this at his house prior to an errand we're about to run, and I Postmated him some PB, and it's the best.
You can only get it at certain 7-Elevens.
Yeah, not all.
Not all.
Only some.
And it's just fountain drink form, which is delicious, but we want all forms of PB.
We need it in the can, Mountain Dew. We know you're listening. Anyway, rated R, genre on Rotten Tomatoes says action, mystery, and thriller. I don't know about the mystery. I'd leave that off.
I would maybe even leave off thriller. I think this is just action.
I agree.
I mean, yeah, it is a thrill ride, but it's just action.
It's action. Compared to IMDb, this is where we're headed. This is like a snapshot of the United States or the world, in my opinion. Car action, urban adventure, action, adventure, and thriller. What?
Urban adventure.
Urban adventure. What is that a genre now?
Hey,
JJ, you want to go see the newest urban adventure film that's out?
Oh, I love that genre.
Gosh. Speaking of IMDb, they give it a 7.3 out of 10 from 480,000 reviews.
Okay, thought it'd be a little higher.
I would expected it to be 7.7. That's where I'm at.
That'd be fair.
Rotten Tomatoes gives this a 95 from critics, 79 critics.
Okay.
But only 77% from 250,000 audience ratings.
That's crazy. I thought that'd be switched.
I agree. I would think that critics would have thought that some of the acting is subpar and, you know, maybe some of there's a little bit of plot holes that doesn't really matter in my opinion. But I agree. I think that should be flipped. Actually, it should be like 100. Both of them should be 100. Yeah. Where to watch this right now? If you're in the United States, you can stream this on Max, but I would prefer if you purchase the physical media because there will be a day, ladies and gentlemen, where you're not going to be able to find speed anywhere and you don't own it. You don't own it when you buy it. You don't even own it when you rent. You don't own it at all. They can just take it from you. As soon as if you bought it online for $15-20, it's not yours.
There's a 4K out too.
Buy the 4K. To be honest, the Max version looked pretty great.
Yeah, I didn't like the sound though.
No, the sound was compressed.
I feel like I was cranking it and it was not the best.
No, and if you look up on Instagram, there's a clip from Christopher Nolan, our boy Sir Christopher Nolan. And he talks about how the audio is the worst on streaming.
Yeah.
And there's no way around it. You're just going to get a sucky audio track. So buy physical media, please. Keep it alive. You'll thank me. All right, JJ. We're here and we're about to pop off into Popcorn Reviews the Reviews. What do you want? What do you want?
I want that whiplash.
All right. Do you want the first? You want to end on a high note?
Always.
Okay. I actually arranged it this way for you because I knew that's what you wanted. I just want to give you some stats with the reviews. How many 1-star reviews do you think there are out of a total of 598 reviews on IMDb?
I don't know how many are there usually, but I'll say like 100. Oh,
8. 8 1 out of 10s. And out of the 598, 129 are 10 out of 10 stars.
Awesome. I was just thinking there's gonna be like some haters or some silly ones.
So I didn't have a lot to choose from for our 1 out of 10. So here's what you get. Our first 1 out of 10 comes to us from Eno Mart. They reviewed this in 2006.
Okay.
Eno says, good for a laugh. I saw the movie, and as in many action movies, found it to be bad. Well, then why are you watching action movies? Is my question.
Mart.
Might leave that in. I'm not sure. Sandra Bullock is driving the bus with a smile. I think in such situations, nobody has a smile. The plot is weak. Most characters are weak. The bus flying over the missing part of the road. Spoiler alert. I'm sorry.
It's on the cover.
It's on the cover. It's been done earlier in Taxi. I can't imagine a bus can actually do this without any damage. By the way, we're going to get into some of the nitty gritty of this, and you're going to be proved wrong, Eno Mart. On the airport, the bus is driving over something that is on the ground. Strange as the runway should always be clean. And why has Jack to fasten the metro train to let it be derailed? I don't understand that sentence. Isn't it much easier to decrease the speed so it stops? Did you not watch this movie, Anna?
They couldn't.
They couldn't stop. That's the whole point. They actually said it like 6 times. That's the rules. Okay. I can't believe they did not get hurt at all at the end of the movie. Howard called a few times with the phone. Why didn't they track that number the first and the second time he called? This movie is full of errors and mistakes. Many of them could have been avoided. 1 out of 10.
I don't know. Can you track phones in 94 like that?
No. Dude, they're not pinging phones. You got to try. It's like when they traced phones on movies in the 90s, it was like you got to keep them on the line for like 3 minutes or something. And plus we didn't even know if that was real. We just believed it.
Also, Marge's hating on Sandy and smiling. Like, have you met Sandy? She's charming.
She's a beautiful, charming
Even
lady.
in that situation, yeah. She's and she's with Keanu.
Yeah, they have such great chemistry in this film, and we'll talk about that more too this week and next week. But when times are stressful, you got to cut the tension, and Sandy does that with her beautiful smile, and can eat it because it's fine. First 10 out of 10 comes to us from S Banner 58949. I was 10 years old when I first watched Speed, and then I rewatched it yesterday.
Okay.
That's the title of the review. I was indeed 10 in 1994. Even back then, I loved watching action movies with my dad. This is my boy here.
I was also 10 when I watched this. So
10 tens.
yeah.
Actually, just recently, my father and I watched the John Wick movies. Also great. Being 10, there's a lot of things you don't notice, like how mind-boggling gorgeous Keanu Reeves was. Maybe this is a lady or a man. Who knows? I think he's gorgeous as well.
He is.
Whew. I'll be rewatching Speed a lot more often now that this has been brought to my attention. This movie itself is a nail-biter. Even as an adult, I was on the edge of my seat the entire time. It was also very realistic. Not really, but it's fine. I like that you like that.
Yeah, it could happen.
It can happen. Not counting a few very minor screw-ups, I was actually impressed with the special effects and stunts in the movie. You know why? Because it did it for real, man.
Keanu.
Back in the day, we didn't have a lot of CGI, so they did it for real. Oftentimes, if I watch a movie that old, I end up asking myself how I ever believed such a horrendous performance. But that isn't the case with Speed. It still keeps up with today's action movies as if it were released yesterday. I give it 11 stars if I could find a poster of Keanu's 1994 arms. 10 out of 10. I mean,
Nice.
he had some
He was jacked.
veins.
He was jacked in this.
Yeah, he did a lot of workouts for this film.
I agree with the review. This movie is kind of timeless. Like, you can watch it now and it still holds up, and it's like, you could place it in like any era.
Yeah. You know what impressed me the most and had my jaw dropping the most was the fireball explosions. They were so massive. It was amazing to watch the explosions.
Yeah, love it when they do it.
They're not fake. You know, when you see a fake fireball, you can tell even now. These were real big explosions with real fuel. It's awesome. Our second 1 out of 10 comes to us from Glenn. Glenny D.
Ooh, Clinty B?
Glenny D.
Okay.
2. The second Glenny D. Okay? Glenny says, absolutely awful. It's movies like this that makes me wonder about the state of our society. He gives this in 1999. Okay? So 6 years after its release.
Yeah.
The jokes, if you want to call them that, were aimed directly at the common fourth grader. And
I enjoyed him.
And I'm sorry to say that they hit their target with deadly accuracy. So what's the problem? The plot couldn't have been any more predictable. Pretty much throughout the entire movie, all I wanted to see were the end credits. I would then be able to leave the theater and this horrid excuse for a film long behind me. Oh yeah, one more thing. Buses are extremely massive. Entitled. What? Buses are extremely massive in tighties. and F does equal MA. I don't know if I'm just really tired from doing chores, but what does that even mean?
I don't know, man.
Buses are extremely massive okay. I just read it wrong. It's entities.
Oh my gosh.
Buses are extremely massive entities, and F does equal MA. I don't know what that F and MA, I don't know what that is. Well, moving right along. That just derailed us. Our second 10 out of 10 come to us from DC Packer.
Okay.
They reviewed this in 2018. Pretty recent. Speed, : I wore out my VHS tape with this one. Speed is a film that I've watched and rewatched time and time again and would still happily watch today. With the added bonus of time, Speed has become more than just a great action film. It has become a nostalgic one, firmly planting its feet in time and memory. It was one of the first films I watched that had me on the edge of my seat and had a clear hero and villain contrast. You know, that's kind of an insightful tidbit, because I don't mind like the anti-hero, but I love when it's just, I know this is the bad guy and I know this is the good guy.
Yeah, it's pretty night and day in this.
Yeah. Howard Payne, the late Dennis Hopper, the maniacal bomb expert trying to secure his retirement, and Jack Traven? Keanu Reeves, the relentlessly will-powered maverick cop who won't stop until he gets his man. Speed is one of my all-time favorite action films. Scene after scene, I feel the movie builds with the edge of your seat. Muscle-tensing action, as well as a side of, I don't care how crazy the plot is, I love it. Speed has it all. Action, thrilling scenes, romance, a great villain, and a great hero. It has been and always will be a film that I look back on fondly for the joy it brought me as a child and the fond memories it brings to me as an adult. 10 out of 10.
Nice.
Yeah.
I agree with the nostalgia. I did have this on VHS and I watched it so many times, and then it was fun coming back to it now, and I just agree. It's still a fun ride, and I loved it back then. I love it now.
Yeah, this is approachable for all people. And, you know, there's a couple of violent scenes, but it's not too bad.
It starts off with a screwdriver to the head.
Spoiler alert. You'll know when it happens. It's very jarring, but overall, like, they'd only cut out a few swears, and this would be a PG-13.
Yeah.
Anyway.
That's why it was on cable so much back in the day.
Yeah, it was.
You could easily edit out a couple F-bombs. And
whenever it came, it was just on, like, all the time, which was great. Our last 1 out of 10 comes to us from Dr. Satan.
Whoa.
I didn't know he got his PhD.
Let's hear what he had to say.
Dr. Satan gave this review in 2000. Satan says, predictable, cliched, and boring. I remember seeing this movie in 94 when it came out. I didn't know Satan was hitting the town in 94. Could be. I was bored as hell. And my only entertainment came from heckling the lame dialogue and predicting the cliched plot twists.
Oh, I don't think the audience enjoyed that, Dr. Satan.
Come on, Satan. One thing I noticed was that many of the situations that occur in this film also occurred in a mid-70s disaster spoof called The Big, Big Bus.
Never heard of that.
Satan, we don't care about your weird 70s references, okay? If a movie can be successfully parodied entities by a movie 20 years its senior, it's a damn cliched film. 1 out of 10.
Easy, Dr. Satan.
Satan, I think we need to revoke your doctorship. What is it called? Your doctorate?
Yeah, revoked.
You can't be a doctor anymore. You're just a normal Satan. All right, you ready?
I feel like Satan would like this movie, though.
I think Satan would love it. He would love Dennis Hopper.
100%.
He would love bombs blowing people up.
Yeah.
He would love people getting shot.
He's like maniacal. Yeah, I'm going to like just watch the world burn.
I mean, Satan, you need to check yourself.
What movie is this Satan watching in 94?
I mean, he said he was in the theater at the time.
Forrest Gump?
That's a good... I mean, I know you think it's overrated, but I like Forrest Gump's.
All right. I bet Dr. Satan does too.
Please don't group me in with Dr. Satan, JJ, okay? Please keep him away from me. All right, our last 10 out of 10. You ready for this? I saved the best for last.
Let's hear it.
This comes to us from Spidey Jedi.
Ooh.
You can't replace this, Spidey says. And then he says, possible spoilers. So if you want to mute it for a minute, there's some spoilers coming. Granted, this is also, 30 plus years old? So
yeah.
I'm not going to do math right now, but it's 30 plus years old, okay? Let me tell you, I was 7 when this movie hit the theaters. Another nostalgic review. And at first, I had no intentions on wanting to see this movie. I was stuck with Disney films, Star Wars and Jurassic Park. That's what mattered to me. Surprisingly, my mom gave me the option to see the movie with her or stay at my grandparents'. Well, after careful thinking, if I could think straight at 7, I decided to go and see it. Boy, oh boy. Despite the strong language, action, violence, and anything else that isn't healthy for a young mind, I loved it. I ignored the language. All I cared was if the bus was going to blow up or not. The first film I saw with Keanu Reeves in it was Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
When he was like 5?
Yeah, 5. I mean, but Speed made me fall in love with Keanu Reeves. Still to date, Keanu Reeves is my favorite actor, and I have my mom and the movie Speed to thank for that. Listen to this. Spidey Jedi continues. When I was extremely sick with the flu for a week, the movie Speed had just recently come out on video. While lying in bed sick and nothing to watch on television, my mom pleasantly surprised me with the movie Speed to watch it. She knew I was absolutely in love with Keanu Reeves and just loved the movie. You know what? That really helped me out a lot. Tripped out, isn't it? Well, hey, whatever helps. This movie has boosted my love for action movies of all kinds. Like I said, despite the strong language, this movie really would make a good family film for teenagers and parents. It was on Fox ABC Family a while back ago, I believe. I love this film. It stuck with me for 8 years, and now I will always be a top favorite of mine. I recommend it for everyone alike. 10 out of 10.
Wow. Spidey Jedi.
I like how he tells a story. He brought us in. He sucked us in.
7 is too young for Speed, and this is not a family movie.
Yeah, if you snipped a couple pieces out, it could. You could. What about?
Are you going to show your kids Speed?
No, I think just because of the F's in it.
Oh, and not the ending with Dennis Hopper and Keanu?
Oh man, that's a spoiler alert.
Yeah.
I'll leave that for next week. But yeah, you're right. There's some. I forgot. Okay, yeah, no. But you were 10.
Yeah, but I can handle it.
Okay, so 7, no, 10, yes. My kid's 11.
Yeah.
Not ready. He's not ready for it.
I think so.
He was stressed out when we watched The Net.
Yeah.
Shout out to The Net pod with JJ and myself. If you haven't seen that,
Sandy Run right here.
this is why we're reviewing this.
I see what you're saying with the family film. Like, it would be easy for like younger ones to understand, though. Like, yeah, there's a bad guy. He's got a bomb on the bus. The bus has to go this speed to not blow up.
Yeah,
Easy, simple plot.
I love the simple plot. It's sick.
Yeah, but there's some scenes though.
All right. Well, we made it through our review of the reviews, and that brings us to should or shouldn't you watch this?
Watch those ears.
I turned it down slightly for you, only because you just said that. All right, here's 5 reasons why you should watch Speed, and please add to them. Number 1, if you like Die Hard, this takes the formula and makes it its own.
Yes.
Number 2, if you like Keanu Reeves, this is for you. 100%.
100%.
Number 3, if you have ever had to ride public transportation, this might give you some PTSD.
This might be horrifying for you.
It might be horrifying. I've had my share of seeing human feces, hobos, smelly dudes, guys yelling at their wives on the phone right next to me on public transportation. You just be warned. It's a lot of public transportation.
Yeah.
Number 4, if you're struggling for a double feature after watching The Net, pop this in and settle in with Sandy. And number 5, finally, if you can't turn your brain off for 2 hours, and please don't watch this. I mean, we heard it in the reviews. It's like, this is a bus that can't go under 50 or it blows up. That's it. I mean, actually, there's actually a lot more to this movie than that. But if you can't get on board with that, I don't know what to tell you.
All great reasons.
Any other reasons?
I think you nailed it. I would just add maybe like you mentioned Sandy and Keanu. Like, what about, our boy Dennis Hopper and Jeff Daniels?
They're great. Both of them are great. I actually think Dennis Hopper was a really great casting choice because he's not super crazy. He's just like, he's disgruntled.
He's pretty crazy.
I mean, he's crazy, but like, he's got this motivation that's different than just like some weird like serial killer or something else. Like, he's like, I want money. That's all I want to do, man. And he's talented.
And he's unpredictable. And it's fun.
Yeah, it is fun. That's a really great point. He's unpredictable.
I saw Dennis Hopper. This is my second introduction. He was in Super Mario Brothers before this.
Oh, yeah.
He's King Koopa. And then seeing him in that off of that coming to speed, I was like, whoa, King Koopa.
What a weird movie, Super Mario Bros.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I want to revisit that.
I think it could be fun.
I'd have to be really relaxed, if you know what I mean, to watch Super Mario Bros. Again. The new animated one is sick, by the way.
Yeah.
Anyway, any other reasons?
No, crushed it.
All right. This brings us to popcorn by the numbers.
For God's sake, just give me the damn number!
I didn't even play our review of the reviews. Sorry, I'm going to play it right now. I just love it so much.
Yeah, well...
I always forget that. I get so pumped when I'm with you.
Your opinion, man.
Anyway. All right. By the numbers.
I love the by the numbers before that. That's Jeff Daniels, and this is our first Jeff Daniels movie.
That's true. If you don't know where that's from, it's from Dumb and Dumber, that clip.
And Jeff Daniels plays another character named Harry in this.
Correct. It's all coming full circle. All right. What's the budget? This surprised me immensely.
94. Mm-hmm. I mean, there were some killer explosions and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like 50 million?
30.
Okay.
I would have picked 50 as well. 30 is...
Way to come under budget, DeBont.
Jean DeBont.
DeBont.
I'm hoping he's French because that's the way I'm pronouncing it. What do you think the box office haul, worldwide box office haul? I've got it split out into domestic and international as always.
All right. So domestic, at least 100 million.
121.2 million.
Yeah.
Great.
Crushed it.
Crushed.
I remember it being a phenomenon.
Crushed.
And then worldwide, I don't know. What is it? Double?
Prestige worldwide is 161. International alone is 161 for a total of $283.2 million.
Nice. Congrats, Speed.
And as always, like I do with these older films, I've got the top 10 from 1994.
Oh, I already said one. Dr. Satan is a fan of this one.
Dr. Satan. That was Forrest Gump.
Yeah.
Forrest Gump falls at number 2 of the top 10. And this is just domestic for the U.S., so yeah. I didn't pull international numbers.
Lion King.
That is number 1, dude. $312 million, dude.
Yeah.
Wild. So we got 1 is Lion King, 2 Forrest Gump, 3 is True Lies.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Nice.
Also a great 4K. You should pick that up. Number 4 is The Santa Claus.
All right. Tim Allen.
Number 5 surprised me, The Flintstones. What was that?
I don't think I've ever even saw The Flintstones.
I remember it coming out and I was like, I'm not down for that.
Nah, John Goodman is in it, though.
Number 6, Clear and Present Danger.
Okay, another action.
Great Harrison Ford joint. And number 7 is Speed.
Nice, top 10.
The last 3 are also great. The Mask.
Whoa.
Mrs. Doubtfire, and Interview with the Vampire.
Nice.
Pretty good top 10 for 1994.
Yeah, Crazy the Mask is on there, not like Dumb and Dumber. Correct.
I agree. All right, I got a few numbers. It is said that Keanu Reeves did approximately 90% of his own stunts.
Love it.
That's pretty impressive considering what happens in the film.
And I feel like this is where he gets that action bug, where he wants to do his own stunts. So like this is like where we get the Matrix and John Wick. So thank you, Speed.
Yeah, Speed.
Speed walk so John Wick can run.
Yes, exactly. All right, here's another crazy number. Rennie Harlan and Quentin Tarantino were offered the chance to direct, but turned it down. Tarantino later named the film as one of his 20 favorite films since 1992.
Yeah, I've seen that list. That's awesome. If he would have done a Speed, that would have been amazing.
I think we would have, obviously it'd be more violent, way more violent. The dialogue would have been a lot more polished and cutting and fun. But I don't know. I don't know if he would have pulled off the action as cool as this. I don't know.
I mean, he's done like the Hateful Eight where he's just like kind of been one setting with the cabin. And like Speed pretty much has like 3 settings, right? The elevator, the bus, and the train.
I mean, we get a little bit of his horror prowess.
His lair.
In Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah.
So like, maybe he could have put some of that in there and it would have been cool, but I'm down for Dumbont.
We respect Dumbont.
All right, how many buses did you think to make this film?
Oh man, like 10. Crushed it.
10 buses were used in the making of this film. Each one had 2 steering wheels.
What?
One for Sandy and the other for the stunt driver, which was more often than not on the roof of the bus.
Okay.
Or sometimes it was like 2 or 3 spots behind her, which... How did they not show that?
I don't know. I want to see some like behind the scenes footage though.
Oh man,
on top of this guy.
Do you have the 4K?
Nah, I had just the VHS. I haven't upgraded yet.
Welcome to 2025, JJ.
Yeah, I gotta get that 4K.
I actually kind of want to get it for the special features alone.
Yeah.
If they have any on there, I need to do some research. That would be sick.
They gotta have something.
What do you think? This is kind of a spoiler. Again, it's 30 plus years old. Pop off. How much do you think the plane cost they exploded at the end?
Ooh. We know the budget was under budget.
30 mil.
I don't know. 20,000?
80K for that plane. It was like a junker and they painted it up, spruced it up, and then blew it up.
Nice. Once again, we respect when they do it for real.
Yeah. Okay, here's some more numbers. I kind of think this is dumb, but at the same time, I think it's amazing. Remember the bus number is 25. 25 plus 25 equals 50, and 50 miles an hour is the level the bus needs to stay above to prevent the bomb from exploding. Hey!
Math is fun.
Okay.
And there's a 50-foot gap.
That's true. It's all in there. So I really like that. I was debating, this is my last number before we close our part 1 of Speed from 1994, is the body count.
Ooh.
I kind of feel like we made a mistake on the net. We brought up body count. I tried to save it because it was too spoilery. We were surprised at the body count. I'd never revealed it, and then I had to put it in the what pot did I add it in? Oh, what it was The Rock.
Yeah.
And it was out of context, so it's really weird. So I kind of feel like if you don't want to know who's dying, please just fast forward like 10 seconds or maybe 20 seconds. But I'm going to give you all the deaths.
I'm going to say, I don't want to spoil anything too much, but there's some people on the bus that die. I know them. The SWAT scene. I'm going to say 10 again.
13.
Okay.
I got all of them. Do you want me to just let them rip?
I mean, yeah.
It's my show. Shut it off if you don't want to hear this. The building security guard who was killed by Howard Payne at the beginning of the film. It's one.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
Bob's next.
Bob, the bus driver.
Yeah.
Oh, you killed it. And he was killed also. by an explosive in the bus. Helen was number 3. He was killed by a small explosive under the stairs of the bus.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that lady got annihilated.
I mean, she pop off, though. Like, I mean, you know.
Dude, from the very beginning, Helen, I knew was going to die. Her face, the way she talks, the way she's kind of grumpy and complaining. Out.
Yeah. R.I.P. Helen, though.
I kind of was fine when she got ran over.
But we miss Sam.
We do miss Sam.
I mean, Bob.
Or Bob, I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, the other Bob, the other Sam. The next one is Harry Temple and several SWAT cops were killed after a bomb explodes in Payne's house. Spoiler alert. That was a tough time for me.
Yeah.
His face, when he's just looking at the camera, a moment of silence for Harry. Okay, that's enough.
Yeah.
The train operator who was shot by Payne as he escapes with Annie. Howard Payne, who was killed by Jack by having his head torn off.
Yeah. Beheading.
Okay, the spoilers are over. I hope you fast forwarded enough. If you didn't, I'm sorry. Is there anything else we need to talk about before we close our part 1 of Speed?
Nah, good numbers. Excited to do it again next week.
Perfect. All right. At this point, there will be.
Oh, I had some numbers.
All right.
Yeah.
Do you have any more numbers, JJ?
Yeah, I got a couple of numbers for
sweet.
us.
Let's go.
So I wanted to see how many elevator deaths there were per year.
Oh, this is great.
How many elevators deaths do you think there were
In 1994 or just last year?
last year?
In the United States only?
Yes.
200.
Good guess. 30.
I was
a little safer.
I was way high. I just thought that elevators were death traps.
It's mostly from workers installing them or repairing them.
I feel like that seems low. I'm always scared in an elevator, dude.
Nah, you're good, bro.
Sounds like I'm fine.
Yeah, you'll be fine. Because there's 1 in 100,000 odds it's gonna malfunction.
I'm more safe in an elevator than I am in a car or a plane or anywhere else.
Exactly. And then I wanted to see what was the record for the longest person being stuck in an elevator the longest time.
These are amazing, by the way. I'm gonna say 24 hours.
Dude, there's this lady in Cyprus. She was stuck in an elevator for 6 days.
Oh, I'm just starting to process that.
Well, hear me out. So
How did she get food?
She was going grocery shopping and she has some bags of food. And then she gets stuck in this elevator. So she's able to ration her food for 6 days.
Her food is in very close proximity to her feces.
Well, gotta do what you gotta do. You're in an elevator for 6 days.
You're gonna designate corner
100%.
Corner A for Duke and urine.
Yeah, corner B for, resting.
Resting and then your food rations. Why are they taking 6 days to get this lady out of an elevator, dude?
Dude, I'm just glad she made it.
Cyprus needs to step their game up on getting people out of elevators.
So
6 days.
The longest in the U.S., most recent, there's this guy that was trapped for 41 hours in New York. That's still 40 hours too long.
I mean, can we not get these people out in 10 hours, 8 hours,
Yeah.
6 hours?
I don't know what the deal is.
What are they just taking breaks?
There's Dennis Hoppers.
Ma'am, we're really tired here. We're going to go home. We'll see you in the morning. Like, what? Get her out.
Yeah, so that's going to help your fear of elevators, if anything.
Oh, that's terrifying.
My other number was, so Sandy's license suspended. So I wanted to see how fast she had to be going to get your license revoked. And it has to be over 25 miles per hour. And then it's reckless driving.
Fun fact about the Popcorn Priest. I've had my license revoked.
Whoa.
For speeding, and it was over 25 miles an hour.
Did you ride the bus?
No, I just left the country. And then it resolved itself after 2 years.
You did it.
Yeah, don't go 120 in 75. It's too much.
Danger. Glad you made it, dude.
Yeah, we're live. We're doing this pod.
Well, you could have driven the bus. Over 50 easy.
Over 50s. I don't know. Bus seems like a hard thing to do.
Sandy makes it look good. She's incredible.
I have some more trivia on Sandy's bus driving for
Okay.
next week.
Those are the numbers I had.
I appreciate it, and I'm glad we went back in time to get those numbers. At this point, there will be additional spoilers up ahead, apart from the ones we've already done. So if you want to watch and come back next week and join us for our breakdown of Whoa, We're on a Bus from 1994. I'm on the social medias. I dare you to message the great Popcorn Priest at Popcorn Priest. I love movies and would love it if you share the love. Share this with the movie lover in your life. For the cost of a cup of coffee, you can help the Popcorn Priest support his movie addiction and allow him to keep giving these labor of love reviews by visiting the priest at patreon.com/Popcorn Priest. Lastly, the easiest way to support the show and the most free is like and subscribe and give us a 5-star review. Easier than getting off of a speeding bus. As always, thanks for listening. And thanks to my special guest, cut the green wire, not the red one, JJ.
We'll see you next week.
Join us for next week for part 2 of Don't Slow Down or You'll Die from 1994. We'll see you guys next week.